Guys, what's going on? So in this video, I'm going to be showing you the marble mod. If you're watching this video, chances are you might be getting a GSXR 750 or a GSXR 600 ready for an exhaust and tune, which is exactly what's happening with this bike. In the process, I don't want a lot of pops and bangs, and so I am going to put a marble into the secondary air hose to keep fresh air from getting down into that system. Now, the way you go about that is this. In my case, I have removed the gas tank basically because I was removing the actuator, getting the O2 sensor out of here and all that. And I just wanted the extra room to work. Now, you don't have to remove the gas tank to do this, but I would highly recommend that you do because it'll give you way more room to work. And well, quite frankly, if you don't, you may end up fighting against yourself. But anyway, enough of that. Your secondary air injection hose goes to this little tube here. There's a little nipple and there's the hose right there. Now the idea is that you just simply put a marble into that hose. I'll show you a little bit of glass right down in there. And that will block off the air supply to your pair system. And then what you do is you just take this hose and put it back onto that nipple. That way you're not bringing in any unfiltered air. Now in this case, I have removed the velocity stacks to give me some wiggle room so I could get down in here because this harness, it ain't moving away very easily. And so there's not a whole lot of room to play in there. Best to give yourself as much room as possible. There's a little push pin right down in here too that holds the air box to the ram air. I went ahead and removed that just so I could get a little bit more pull out of this to give me a little bit more room so I could get that thing out of there. It's a bear. But if you made it this far, I mean, listen, if you've got your bike apart this far, you know how to do this. You just needed somebody to point out where it's at. What about the tools and what about the marbles? Well, let's talk about that. Okay, so the hose itself, if you put a mic on this, is roughly 15 millimeters in diameter. It's just the other side of ½ of an inch. And by the way, that's the inside diameter. So what I did is I just went on Amazon and these Poplay marbles, here's the part number right there. But these marbles are exactly 0.6 of an inch, or at least most of them spec out to that. The green ones, for some reason, seem to spec a little bit bigger. But anyway, these are the marbles that I used. And just make sure that you're getting marbles that are 0.6 of an inch or roughly 15 millimeters right there in that range. This one advertised it as 0.6, so that's why I bought it. And it's going to end up working great. Now, here's a couple of tools that I would suggest along the way. Some kind of a locking plier. It doesn't have, I'd prefer to see needle nose, but I ended up using these old things. And a magnet. Okay, so let me explain that to you real quick. So this hose is simple enough to get off, but to get that marble down in there, this clip has got to be removed. And to do so, obviously you just pinch it and slip it off of there. The problem isn't getting it off. The problem's getting that thing back on because there's not a whole lot of room to work in here. So the idea is to have something like a locking plier that you can hold those tabs down and then slip that ring back over the hose, and then you're good to go. Now, what's the magnet for? Well, the magnet is because when you're trying to get that clip onto this hose, invariably that thing is going to pop off, talking about this clip, and it's going to fly down somewhere into God only knows where. Now, a magnet is going to help you find that thing, or at least help you fish it out. Top tip, if this thing does pop off, don't go digging around in there with your fingers. Don't do that, because all you're going to do is you're going to piss it off, and it's going to end up going, again, who knows where. Right when it pops off, try to get a visual where it's at, run over, grab your magnet, and get that thing out of there. Don't be like me and end up spending 20 minutes trying to figure out where your damn clip went. So there you go, guys. Marble mod engaged. You can see a barely little noticeable bulge right there. That's where the marble is. Now listen, help y'all out, guys. I got to get back to work. Post up, let me know if this helped you out along your journey and along your project with your GSXR, whatever it is. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for stopping by, guys.